All right, let's talk about making a wish. In English, it's pretty simple, but in European Portuguese, oh, it's a whole different ballgame. The way you wish for something actually reveals a little secret. It tells people how likely you think it is to actually happen. Pretty cool, right? Let's dive in. So just think about it for a sec. In English, we say, I hope and I wish. And yeah, there's kind of a different vibe to them, right? Well, in Portuguese, that vibe, that feeling, it's not just a feeling. It's actually built right into the grammar. And that is exactly what we are going to crack open today. Okay, so here's what we've got on tap. We'll kick things off with the big idea behind wishing in Portuguese. Then we'll look at the 4 main phrases you'll use. After that, we'll get to the core rule, the difference between hope and doubt. We'll see it in action with some examples, you'll get a chance to test yourself, and we'll wrap up with the big takeaway. All right, let's get into it. You see, when you're wishing for something in Portuguese, it's not just about learning a new word for wish. Nope. It's way deeper. It's about picking a specific verb tense that shows exactly how you feel, whether you're an optimist or a pessimist about it. And that's really the heart of it. The grammar itself becomes this incredible tool to show what's going on inside your head. Are you actually hopeful, or are you kind of doubtful it'll ever happen? The verb you pick lays all your cards on the table. It's such a subtle but really powerful way to communicate. Okay, so how do you even kick off one of these wishes? Well, it all starts with a couple of key phrases. Think of them like trigger words. The moment you say one of these, you're signaling, hey, I'm about to make a wish, and you're stepping right into the world of the subjunctive. And here are our main players. You've got Oxalá, Tomara que, Deus queira que, and Que me dera que. Think of them as the opening chords to a song about your desires. They're basically the intro music for whatever you're about to wish for. Okay, so the stage is set. We've got our wishing phrases. Now for the main event. The most important part. The one simple, really elegant rule that makes this whole thing work. This is the secret code we came here to crack. And honestly, it all comes down to one single thing. Probability. That's it. You just have to ask yourself, how likely is this wish to actually happen? Your gut feeling on that is what's going to tell you which verb tense to pick.
And here it is, the big reveal. It's a tale of 2 tenses. On one side, if you think there's a good chance, a high probability, basically if you have hope, you're going to use the present subjunctive. But on the other side, if you think, probably not going to happen, if you're feeling doubt, you switch over to the imperfect subjunctive. That's the whole game. Present for hope, imperfect for doubt. That's it.
Look, theory is one thing, but seeing how this actually works in a real sentence, that's when the light bulb really goes on. So let's check out some examples. All right, first one up. Notice the verb here, chegue. That's our present subjunctive. And you have to ask why. Well, the rest of the sentence tells you everything. There's little traffic at this hour, so the speaker is feeling pretty good about it. They're optimistic. This is pure, genuine hope. Okay, now let's flip it. Same basic wish, but look at the verb now. Chegasse. Totally different. That's the imperfect subjunctive. And check out the second half of the sentence. But I think it will be difficult. Bam! The whole mood just shifted. The speaker is full of doubt now. All that hope is gone. And it's that tiny change in the verb that does all the heavy lifting. So amazing, right? Here's another great pair of examples from our source material that makes this super clear. In the first one, you see tomara que fique boa. See? Fique is the present subjunctive. The speaker is hopeful because, hey, that antibiotic has been effective. Makes sense. But then look at the second one. Tomara que ficasse boa. Now it's the imperfect subjunctive. Why? Because the speaker remembers last time we had to take her to the hospital. See? Instant doubt. It's hope versus doubt, all shown by that one little verb. All right, you've seen the rule, you've seen the examples. I think you're ready. It's time to put you in the driver's seat. I'm going to throw a sentence at you with a blank space, and all you have to do is figure out if it's hope or doubt. Ready? Here's the first one. Tomara que o Kim passe no exame. So the vibe here is pretty hopeful, right? Just a simple wish for a friend. So for the verb passar, what are you going to use? Present subjunctive or imperfect? And the answer is passe. If you got that, nice one. That's the present subjunctive. There's nothing in the sentence to make us think otherwise, so we just go with simple hope. Perfect. Okay, let's do one more. Tomara que eu a selecionada, mas são tantos os candidatos. Now, really listen to the end of that sentence. What's the feeling you get from that? You got it? The answer is fos. That's the imperfect subjunctive, and it's all because of that last little bit, but there are so many candidates. That phrase is just dripping with doubt, right? The speaker is wishing, but yeah, they don't really think they have a shot. And the grammar tells that whole story for them.
So there you have it. We've totally cracked the code. We looked at the rule, we saw the examples, we even did a little test run. Now let's just boil it all down to the one big thing you absolutely need to walk away with.
It's this simple. When you're expressing hope, you think it's got a high probability of happening. You use the present subjunctive. And when you're expressing doubt, low probability, probably not going to happen, you use the imperfect subjunctive. That's the whole principle right there.
And this is really why it's so cool. I mean, this isn't just some boring grammar rule you have to memorize for a test. This is about communicating like a real person, with real feelings. Making this one small choice adds this incredible layer of emotional depth to what you're saying. It's the difference between sounding like you're reading from a book and sounding like a native speaker. So, let's wrap this up with a question for you. Think about something you're hoping for right now, in your own life. Is it a real, genuine hope? Or is it more of a, yeah, right kind of wish? Because next time you say it in Portuguese, you'll know exactly how to show the world what you really think.